We're drinking buddies. We're drinking buddies. We're drinking buddies. We're drinking buddies and we like to drink. We're drinking buddies. We're drinking buddies. We're drinking buddies. We're drinking buddies and we like to drink. We're drinking buddies and we like to drink responsibly.
All right, good evening everybody and welcome to another fun-filled episode of your favorite show and mine,
Drinking Buddies.
My name is Brian Roberts and as always, my good friend,
Harry Thomas.
Good evening. Tonight, we're doing a throwback episode. Way back before we started shooting these videos on a normal, regular basis, we would just sit around, drink, and you know, have a good evening with a cocktail, and take a picture, maybe post it on Facebook.
Right.
Well, way back, the fourth drink we decided to drink was one of, at the time, my least favorite drinks ever. Harry had the displeasure of coming over to my house, going to all the trouble to make me a dry gin martini, and my first taste, I swear to you, was like turpentine. I think those were the actual word that I used.
I thought you said paint thinner.
Paint thinner, turpentine is about the same thing.
Yes.
So, you know, my wife was mortified by my horrible, reaction to this drink. So, since then, we have filmed this episode once before, and for whatever said the reason, it has been lost to the YouTube gods.
Yeah.
So we are now reshooting it. So I will try to give the same first impression that I had of it. But since then, I think I have fallen a little more in love with the gin martini. But we're going to go ahead and film it again for all posterity. Episode 4A,
Gin Martini.
Martini.
All right.
So Harry, show me what.
Good evening. Now, when we talk about classic cocktails, one of the first cocktails, if not the first cocktail, comes to mind is a martini.
Absolutely.
And real martinis are made with gin.
Amen.
We're going to do a version next week with vodka. But for gin martini, or for a martini classic drink, 2.5 ounces of the alcohol. In this case, we're using gin. We're using Gordon's London Dry, which is
2.5 per, right?
2.5 ounces per. So wow. 5 ounces for 2 drinks.
5 ounces of gin.
Oh, I love this smell.
I know, you're all about it. It's growing on me. I have to say it's growing on me. Now that we're 40 some odd episodes of drinking buddies.
Well, when we started out, this bottle was almost full.
Almost full, so we're doing the gin thing.
We're doing the gin thing.
Next
and it calls for 1/2 ounce per of the so I'm going to do this a little bit on the dry side, so I'm not going to go a full ounce here. 1/2 ounce per, there's 2 drinks. I'm going to go just a little bit shy.
There you go, just under the 6 there, beauty.
All right. Now some people, for a dry martini, they take the vermouth and say, here's the vermouth, and that's about it.
Exactly. Vermouth, here's the gin, no vermouth.
Yeah. So a drop or 2 of Angostura bitters.
Angostura bitters.
Bing.
Very nice. So 2.5 ounces of gin.
2.5 ounces of gin.
Half an ounce of vermouth.
Yeah.
Sprinkle of Angostura bitters.
Yes.
And then we'll take our chilled martini glasses and.
We're going to stir.
Indeed, this is not a shaken. We're going to get it as a stir drink. Now, what are the rules again on shaking and stirring? Or are there rules?
Well, there are rules. There are rules, but it's not a rule, but it's basically said that if you have liquor, you stir.
Okay.
And if you have like egg whites or fruit juice or something like that, then you shake.
Interesting.
But we don't want to dilute the alcohol here, and we want to stir it gently. Some people say don't bruise the gin.
Indeed.
But we're stirring this not so much to mix. Of course, we are mixing, but we're stirring this to get it cold, uniformly cold throughout. And we chilled the glasses as you saw here before. So we're going to do that.
Now, what are these called again? The strainer.
This is a Hawthorne strainer.
Hawthorne strainer.
Hawthorne strainer.
Awesome.
Okay. Ah, looks good.
That looks, it's, clear as day. Now the question is, do you put the olives in last or do you put the olives in first?
Well, I've always put the olives in last.
Okay.
But, and some people actually use a lemon twist.
Right.
And if you use a white pearl onion, that becomes a Gibson rather than a Martini.
So just the onions, everything's exactly the same.
Yes, everything is exactly the same. So
Finally,
here we are.
And Harry has of course brought the requisite
Give us
tiny sword.
Give us a spear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful. Awesome. There's one more.
One more.
Spear.
Eesh.
There it is.
There it is.
All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
Now,
this is as classic a martini as you're going to get.
All right. It looks good.
Nothing fancy.
Now you can see that Harry has given me significantly more martini than Harry has.
It looks about the same to me.
Oh, well, okay, we'll see. Anyway, so I will try
Cheers.
to replay my initial.
Sure, you can do that. I'm going to enjoy it.
I like this a lot more now. But my
This
first
is a
reaction,
great drink, ladies and gentlemen. It is a classic drink.
indeed. I think I actually prefer the dirty, which is 4C. But
Tell me that's not a great drink.
I have to say, it's funny. The first time I tasted it 40 episodes ago, it was just horrible. But this is really good.
Yeah.
It is. It's not, obviously it's not a fruity drink by any stretch of the imagination. It is definitely a
This
manly
is a strong drink.
It's a strong, put hair on your chest kind
It's
of
a strong drink. It's what James Bond drank, but he told people to shake it and not stir it, but that's just wrong.
Right, exactly.
I'm sorry, James Bond.
No, that's right. Shake and not stir. Does he have a martini?
Yeah, he has a martini.
I thought it was something else.
I'm pretty sure it was martini.
Oh, hey.
We'll have to look and
We
see.
will look it up, and on our next episode when we do the vodka martini, we will update you on the status. So,
Oh, I love it.
yeah, it is actually better than I gave credit for initially, so it's probably good that we shot this again. Anyway,
You should have seen him. He's like,
Oh.
"Ah!"
it was bad. It was bad. Anyway, again, this is the dry martini, the gin martini. We want you to try it out. We want you to give it a shot. Post some stuff on YouTube or Facebook or wherever the heck else you can find us. Tell us what you think when you made your own. Also, as we always do here on Drinking Buddies, we always drink responsibly, and we think you should too. So enjoy this.
Enjoy this.
Share it with your friends, and we'll see you next time on episode 4B,
4B.
the Vodka Martini, next week on
Drinking Buddies.
Drinking Buddies. See you next week.
See you next. Oh, by the way,
Oh, yeah.
someone said that if you have more than a few ingredients in your drink
Yeah.
and you have to mess around too much, you're doing something
You're
wrong.
doing something.
So obviously we have 2 ingredients in this plus a little tiny splash
Right.
of the Angostura bitters.
If you count
And-
the olive, it's 4 technically, but
Well,
seriously, it's
give
really.
me a break.
Well, I'm just.
There's 2 things that we're drinking here.
Indeed. We're consuming the olive later, but anyway. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next week on Drinking Buddies.
Drinking Buddies.